What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here. So I started the week with a Hunter Lucky Pants run, and then I did a whole bunch of Warlock runs. So I figured I should do one for the Titans. This is a build that I literally just made this week. Back in before the 3.0 subclasses, I had an Ashen Wake build, and it was a whole lot of fun. I used it all the time in Gambit because back then it wasn't as easy to spam our abilities as it is now. But yeah, anyways, as you can see by the loadout, this is all about grenades. I've got double bomber on the class item, stacks on stacks, grenade kickstart, innervation, double innervation actually on the boots. So yeah, basically every time I pick up an orb, I'm going to get grenade energy back, and then Ashen Wake, if you don't know how it works, it makes your fusion grenades explode on impact. And then we have Soul Invictus to make a sunspot, which reduces our ability cooldowns, as well as Roaring Flames to make our fusion grenades deal more damage. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip this overload captain. I think you can skip up to 2 champions in a Nightfall and still get platinum. But yeah, I'll just show off the build. I have the fragment where grenade funnel blows cure you. That one's kind of nice. I have the one where super kills make ignitions. That's really good because we're using the throwing hammers, and it's good for just taking out large groups of adds, which this Nightfall has in spades. So here, you can see how fast I got my grenade back for getting those thrall kills. And yeah, actually, this Barrier Knight almost takes me out there. Ariana's Vow, if you don't know, on Barrier Knights, once they put up their shield, you can't hit the crit. I believe you used to be able to, so this is like a new thing. I'm not sure why that is, but yeah, so sometimes it takes 3 shots to take out the Knight. If you get him weakened with Rapid Fire Ranger, then it will only be 2. So for this room, it's pretty straightforward. Just take out all the adds and then focus on the overload. One thing that I would maybe change if you were to try this exact same build, which I wouldn't recommend, there are better builds. I just thought this one would be quite fun. One thing, Elemental Fury right there. You deal 35% more damage with your abilities. Though I don't like chucking my grenade out too much on the champions when they're stunned, because Ashen Wake, it's all about getting kills with. If you get a group of kills on enemies, then you'll pretty much get your whole grenade back. I think if you get like 4 kills, like there, boom, I pretty much got my grenade back. Yep, and now I have it. That one I only killed 2, but when I pick up orbs and I pick up fire sprites, I'm getting grenade energy back. I wish shoot to loot worked on fire sprites as well. That would be very handy, but unfortunately it doesn't. So we can shoot the orbs from afar, but not the fire sprites. But yeah, like I was saying, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this build. Ariana's Vow, it's not even as strong as Wish Ender, and it uses special ammo. There you can see I was able to stun in 2 shots, but a Wish Ender will stun in 1 shot. But shoot to loot is really good for this build. So yeah, you always want to take out those Vandals first. Sorry, I'm trying to give commentary on the build and talk about what's happening in the gameplay. So yeah, you want to use a super. Here you can see the ignitions doing extra damage. Sadly, the Throwing Hammer super is pretty shit, I'll be honest. I mean, it's good there because I have Roaring Flames ×3 and the ignitions, the fragment that makes your super final blows cause ignitions. But overall, it's pretty weak without Syntheseps. I'm a Synthesept main, so I was like, man, what the hell is this? Like, it was pretty weak. But yeah, I wouldn't run double innervation if you were going to run this. I would definitely run 1 Arc Scavenger, because you'll see a couple times in this run. Sure, like here, I'm actually just kind of wasting machine gun ammo, which was dumb. But I don't get super lucky with ammo drops, so I do have heavy ammo finder on, but I would definitely recommend a scavenger mod as well, because like right there I would have picked up even more ammo from the full brick. But yeah, I had a couple times in this run where I was a little sketched out on ammo, especially as you'll see at the boss. So I have the God roll on this hung jury. I've always loved hung jury since D1, and I grinded it. I can't remember. I think there was like a double nightfall. But anyway, I do remember grinding a ton, and this roll just would not drop for me, the shoot to loot and kinetic tremors. And I was just so happy to be able to get to use it, because so often you like get a God roll and then like grind it for hours and hours and then never use it. But it's literally perfect for this build, because you can see there we can proc kinetic tremors. I was able to pick up 10 ammo for Ariana's Vow, so it picks up a brick from the tremor, and it does good AoE, as we'll see, and it's actually really good for the walker as well. So yeah, we're just kind of plinking the ads down, and then we got to take out those dregs on the right. So yeah, just watch my grenade energy come back here. Boom, get all my grenade energy back. So Ashen Wake is honestly really good for ad clear, and in a team, this build would be really, really good. I have Ashes to Assets on the helmet, and then you wouldn't even necessarily need Heavy Ammo Finder. You could just run double Ashes to Assets and get supers like crazy, and you could just kind of be the ad clear guy, and your teammates could run more like boss DPS type stuff, like snipers and linears and things. Because, like I said, it does get a little slow in the boss room, as you'll see at the end. But yeah, you can see it's just great. Those shanks were grouped up. Now we throw another grenade. Boom. Whole thing back. And then when I shoot that, that just gives me 2 stacks of armor charge, because I have stacks on the boots. And then there's my double bomber. And yeah, I have my grenade back. And I could have ran up and picked up those fire sprites. But yeah, so we have so many things that feed into our grenade if we don't have it. But like I said, you still don't necessarily want to run... use your grenade on single high health targets. You want to be using it for ad clear. So once you kill all those enemies, now we'll spawn the second wave. And it's going to be a bunch of wizards and thrall and stuff. Here, I actually mess up on this barrier knight coming up. I run out of Ariana's Vow ammo. At the end, I have a whole bunch of green bricks on the ground. But yeah, I was just kind of having a weird run for ammo drops. So yeah, I don't play the barrier knight very well. But yeah, I hadn't used Ariana's Vow in a long time. We've definitely been power crept, because it was a little disappointing. Here, again, in a team, they could pop that barrier shield, and then you could keep going in with your super, which would be really nice. But you can see just all the damage numbers on the screen. We cleared out a whole bunch. But yeah, I wasn't paying attention to my ammo economy here at all. And it cost me big time. That's where it's nice. Like, I wanted to spawn kill those ads with the super, because that's efficient. But then that does allow the barrier knight to get into the middle, which is not the best spot for him. And if Ariana's Vow wasn't so shit at breaking the shields, then maybe I could have killed it in time. But yeah, I just didn't play this very well, to be honest. There, I miss a shot, and yeah. So then I realized, okay, I'm a little low on ammo. Maybe I can melt them. That's why I threw the grenade there, but nope, wasn't gonna happen. And yeah, so now I have to go get ammo and kind of rinse repeat. So that always sucks when that happens. Bad gameplay, bad ammo management, because I was kind of spraying Ariana's. But yeah, those things happen. Just makes it take a little more time. I did see a comment on one of my Warlock videos that said they would have died a whole bunch of times, where I just kind of retreated. And I have learned to play more patient over the years, because in GMs, it's unforgiving. Like, if you die, it's over. So sometimes you have to just play your life, because I could have maybe, even though I was low on ammo, could have maybe forced it on the barrier. But there was a lot of ads out there, so I just wanted to play it safe. And you can see how much work Kinetic Tremors is putting in. Like, I was honestly so impressed. There, now I'm actually full Ariana's again. But yeah, I was so impressed with this gun. Like, scout rifles aren't the strongest, and then like legendary primaries also aren't that strong. But this gun in particular performed really, really well, I thought. So now we get the captain spawn. I see a drag next to him. So again, I wouldn't have thrown my grenade there unless there was that drag there, because I knew I would get at least one splash kill. And here I'm just looking for the orb, but unfortunately it was on the other side. Because, yeah, I was trying to shoot to loot that orb. So we just keep doing some ad clear. Use a little machine gun ammo. Again, I just wasn't getting lucky with heavy drops in this run. And one other thing is I don't often use my super enough, and at the boss room you'll see I do have it for like a while. But with Ashes to assets on the helmet and stuff, feel free to just spam your super. But look at that. That captain was half health. I hit him with a hammer. I think we had Roaring ×3 as well. And at half health, even though he did have the arc shield up, but that still wasn't enough to kill that frickin' captain. A red bar captain, a super hammer at half health. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Hammer of Soul needs a buff, because like I said, once you throw Syntheseps on, it slaps, because that's doing 1.5x damage on your super, but I don't know. I just wasn't too impressed with it, even with Roaring ×3. Maybe I'm just spoiled because I've been running Strand Titan so much, and Blade Fury or whatever it's called goes absolutely insane. So here, I wanted to be using the grenades, but only got 2 kills, so I didn't have it back. That's one good thing about this GM2 is there is lots of trash ads. If you were trying to do this on like the Europa Battleground, it wouldn't go as well because there's a ton of like yellow bar ads. Maybe in the boss room. No, because even like those wizards, you couldn't even one-shot with this grenade. So then you're not going to be getting like the big grenade regen. So yeah, I don't know. This build is fun, but it's only good in certain Nightfalls. And this is one of the ones that can really show it off. But in lower tier content, like my god, you could rip because you're not really worried about dying. So then you could be running through all your fire sprites. And I took it into a Lost Sector just to try it out before the Nightfall, before I did the run. And yeah, it's actually really good when the ads are less threatening because you can just run up, pick it up, you throw a grenade, your grenades cure you with Ember of whatever that is. So here, I know I'm a little low on ammo, so that's why I'm just kind of juggling between Ariana's, and actually no, I wind up just melting them. That's another thing. Overloads, like, they're not that difficult, but I do find their cooldown is a little excessive in GMs. Like, if you didn't know, barriers and all the champions, they have like different thresholds and stuff and different lengths. So yeah, the overload, like where you can't re-stun them, and same with the unstoppable, their length is longer in a GM. Which, again, it's not that bad, but I do find the overloads a little excessive, but it is what it is. They're not that difficult, they're just annoying. So here, again, that super didn't clear out as many ads as I would have liked, so now I'm just making sure I don't die. Oh, and Ariana's Vow has that first glance perk, so as long as you're hitting crits, you're going to be doing, I think it's 30% more damage on the first shot, but as soon as you miss that, so yeah, sometimes you'll see me, if I like miss that initial shot, especially on the boss when I want to be doing the most damage, because it's the best for my ammo, then yeah, I kind of just reset sometimes. So here, I'm looking for heavy ammo. Like 133 is not a lot, and it actually cost me in the next area because I did one other run before this, and I got too aggressive, like I was saying, play patient, and I died. It was right at the end of the walker room. I was using a super to take everything out, and again, that super didn't take out the one captain when I thought it would. I just kind of threw it because he was low health, and I figured he was going to die, but he didn't. So I know I have green ammo in the last room, so I'm going to use Ariana's more on this captain, just to conserve what little machine gun ammo I have. But yeah, on that run before, I did have a smoother walker room and brig room because I actually had machine gun ammo in that run. So I was able to proc bait and switch off the brig himself and then take him down pretty quick thanks to the machine gun. Because those brigs are kind of tanky until they get their, their crit spot opened up. So one thing about the Hammer of Soul super is you do want to be standing in a sunspot. So when you cast it, you'll make a sunspot and then try to always throw from there because it will make the duration last longer. And I think it might do more damage. I would have to look into that. The Destiny Data Compendium would be able to tell me, or you if you're curious. But yeah, try to always stand in a sunspot when you cast your Sunbreaker. So here, I get kind of lucky actually. Lots of ads are unimmune, so I'm just picking them off. Because obviously they're very annoying when they're immune from the servitor. And then I'm crutching on auto-loading here. I'm able to proc Rapid Fire Ranger before he puts his shield up, so that's good. And then I missed the crit. So you can one-shot their crits on the barrier servitors because you can actually hit their crit even when the shield is up. I'm not doing a good job of it here, but you can. Where, like I said, with the knights, for whatever reason, you can't hit their crit when they're popping their shield there. So there's a one pop. But yeah, again, this is just to conserve ammo. So in a solo, when there's easy champions like this, a lot of the time it's good to just take your time and conserve that ammo. But in a team setting, obviously you can melt champions way, way quicker. So it's not as big a deal, especially because you have other people that can stun champions, so if you run out. But yeah, so when I'm doing that primary on a barrier servitor or whatever champion, it's going to be a time loss, but it's going to be an ammo save. So if you're going for speed runs, obviously that's an issue, but very, very few people out there are. So that would be my advice. If there's an easy to kill, like that guy, there was just one drag that was like getting made immune. Barrier servitors are probably the easiest champion in the game. So I was just using kinetic tremors to just whittle them down. There, I'm trying to proc kinetic tremors on those faraway vandals, but they always hide very annoyingly. Here, we show off the power of the fusion nade again. Boom, get my grenade right back. There, I saw him dodging. I thought he was going to dodge backwards, but he dodged left. So that's why I threw it kind of into that building. So yeah, you always just want to clean up all the ads before you really start progressing in this area. Here's some horrid shots, my god. That was ugly. So yeah, now I'm just going to rotate over and just take out all those faraway vandals. Here's where kinetic tremors is just awesome. Like honestly, it's probably better than using Ariana's Vow right here. Because at the back, those orange ones, see, they're grouped up. So look, I'm getting AoE on like 3 different enemies there. There, he dodged away just before I was going to proc another kinetic tremors. But these near vandals are the priority because they'll actually snipe you. Where those orange bar vandals are way at the back, they won't really snipe you. So there you can see we take out 2 and 1 and then get the other to half health. Gonna proc another one. So yeah, kinetic tremors, my gosh, such a nice perk, especially for like solo GMs. Very impressed with it. So I don't know where that one vandal went. So now we're gonna rotate over and we're gonna start, we're gonna take out this overload captain. It's the same thing. You always want to take out like the biggest threats first. Unfortunately, that third vandal got away, which is really annoying because again, this is where you just lose time because I'm trying to be safe there and get them, but sometimes they just don't come. And then here the overload's not there and the drags and vandals. So finally they start to rotate a little. We get a grenade on it. So here I'm gonna pre-proc. Actually, no, I didn't proc bait and switch there. I didn't shoot with my primary. So yeah, I just keep checking to the left because I'm worried about that vandal coming over and sniping me while I'm focused in on this overload. So just try not to forget that those guys are there. There, I probably should have thrown a grenade because I would have taken out that vandal and done damage to the captain. Plus, I would have had Elemental Fury because the captain was stunned. So there, it would have just saved me ammo. But yeah, I have no idea what that vandal's doing there. He's just hiding for eternity. It's very annoying. And then even these guys, I don't know. I just was not on my game on this one. Just taking way too long. And then by the time I do, like I seen him there, but I was hoping he'd peek because he was one shot. And then yeah, that other vandal got away. That's why sometimes, like on those first two, I just popped him once in the head with Ariana's. because Fallen are just so annoying for always like ducking behind cover and whatever else. So yeah, this was slow, but again, sometimes you just have to take what the enemies give you. And in this case, they were being very passive and annoying. So this brig is really far away, and I don't like that. I want him up closer, so I'm just going to rotate to the other brig. And then here, I pop it right beside cover, and then I just watch how long my hammers last, because I stay in this sunspot the whole time. And I think, yeah, I think we get an ignition proc there on that Vandal, because the Vandal rotated over beside the brig. So yeah, that was a really good super pop. Literally just needed a little more chip damage. Then we proc Rapid Fire Ranger. Easy, easy kill. Like, that was nice and quick. Unfortunately, we don't have a good way to get our super back fast because all the ads are up by the walker, but at least this brig did rotate up. So normally, if I had more machine gun ammo there, I would have laid on for longer. But I was like, I know there's a couple overloads after this, so I do need to conserve probably around 100 shots. So yeah, like I said, could have taken them out a little quicker if I had gotten luckier on machine gun drops, or if I'd been running Arc Scavenger. But this is a good chance to show off just how good Kinetic Tremors is. And don't forget about that walker in the back, but where I'm standing, he didn't really have a line of sight because I have that little crate or whatever thing is to my left. So that was a really good spot to stand, that thing there. So yeah, those brigs went down pretty quick regardless, but again, more machine gun ammo would have just made it quicker. So here, this is why we love Rapid Fire Ranger this season. Nice 15% debuff on the walker from afar. I don't have any weapon surges on in this run because this is purely about showing off Ashen Wake as much as possible, but could have ran like double solar weapon surge or something, and then with, I can never remember the name of the other one, semi-auto striker. Scouts, bows, and sniper rifles, multiple hits will give you armor charge. So you could just keep proccing armor charge over and over, which is what I did on a lot of my other runs this week. You'll see I'll like shoot the legs just to get armor charge and then go back to like dealing damage to the brigs in those other runs. So here I have first glance on the left, as you can see, for the entire duration. So that was really good. It actually does decent damage there because we do have Solar Surge on, and then that first glance buff is a 30% buff. So yeah, we did a lot of work to the walker there, and then you can just see Kinetic Tremors doing an extra 15,000 damage every time it procs because we have that weaken on him, and we're proccing it over and over. So yeah, like I said, Kinetic Tremors is just an all-star, especially, like, it's good all the time, but it's super nice in this strike. So here, just pacing my shots because, again, you don't want to lose that first glance buff, but also, as you can see, even with pacing it, his big crit stayed open like the whole time. So I would definitely recommend just pacing your shots there. There's no rush. I know I should have green ammo somewhere around because I have killed lots of ads. So now, doing a little ammo scouting. And then there's some Marauders here. So this is what's pretty disappointing. Red bar Marauders. I'm trying to get them to group up. Pretty much get a direct hit. And they still don't die. And this is with Solar Surge on. So run this build at your own risk in future GMs. You definitely only want to run it if it's Solar Surge. And then again, you need lots of trash ads like Dregs, Little Thrall, and like the Shanks. That's why it is so good here, like I was saying. But then you get even into the red bar Vandals and the... Oh, one sec. So that skiff, I saw it rotating over. That's why I started jumping and strafing and stuff, because they will take you out. Arc Threat is on in this GM. So yeah, always remember that they're coming, and then you can just use some easy movement just to avoid them. So what happened in my previous run was pretty much here. I rotated over and I popped my super, and this orange bar captain is the one that didn't die. So this is why I don't have the best super pop, because I'm like, I'm going to try to get some ads dead, but I'm not going to be too aggressive. So here's why I just like kind of start backing up really early. I wasn't taking any chances on this second run. I was like, I just want to get this done. So here, I'm not sure why I was being so conservative on ammo, because I probably have green bricks up, but yeah. It is a good chance to show off how good Kinetic Tremors is. And then, of course, the barrier goes over there. So again, 35% extra damage and Solar Surge still didn't kill that barrier, even at that low a health. So these fusion grenades do not hit that hard. I was kind of disappointed. But in lower tier content, you can pretty much have grenades up at all times. It's actually a fun build. I hadn't ran it, like I said, really since Solar 3.0. And yeah, I had a lot of fun with it, even though it's a little slower of a run. But still, 25 minutes to be at this spot, running Ariana's Vow, which isn't the best, and then another primary and a machine gun. Like, it's not terrible. There are worse builds out there. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to show it off. So here, I'm staying way far back. That was a great, I don't know if you noticed that, but Kinetic Tremors procced on that Vandal, and then it took out 2 Dregs. So yeah, like I said, it's good for AoE, it's good for extra damage on heavier targets. Just a very, very nice weapon perk. One of the best in the game for high-end content, because like I said, you're getting free damage, and then with shoot to loot, it's even nicer. Depending, I mean, it is nice, but sometimes you might want to like leave an ammo brick. Like say I had almost full machine gun ammo, or 29 shots instead of 30 on Ariana's Vow. Kinetic Tremors will sometimes pick up that one brick even if you don't want to, because I can pick up 11 per brick for Ariana's Vow shots. So there, I don't know what happened there, but it looked like I saw 2 damage numbers. And that captain had like the same amount of health. I'm not sure if it's because like the same amount of health as a barrier did. And I believe both had the 15% debuff. So I was kind of shocked to get the kill there. But I did just want to throw that grenade there, because again, I knew I was getting a little low on ammo. And I knew I was coming up to these overloads, which are quite annoying here. This is pretty ugly, I'll admit. I was trying to like wait for these freaking dregs to group up, but they didn't, and yeah, anyways. The dregs kind of got in bad spots on me, and yeah, this is just... You can rush over to the room, like the room that you always hide in the boss room here, to the left right there, and I probably should have done that, because the dregs probably would have kind of converged together, and I could have just whipped out a grenade. I wouldn't have been so pigeonholed in this little cubby here. Like you can see, they can shoot around the corners. So yeah, in the future, I would, if you're running this build anyways, if you have something that can melt the champions quicker, or something that's nicer for stunning the overloads, then do it from here. Like in that Strand Hunter Lucky Pants build, this was great. The reason I threw that was because that drag was there when I had last looked, so I was trying to get like a peek throw on him, but didn't. So yeah, literally we're just waiting for the captain to stop shooting, get a stun. Here I finally get kind of lucky, because that other overload doesn't rotate on me. So I just want to keep... Unfortunately, he's too close to proc the debuff for getting crits. But yeah, anyway, gonna try to use some Ariana's ammo. I was able to proc bait and switch for this next go around. But yeah, I'm being like very conservative with my ammo here, because I know I have another champion that I'm gonna have to stun. Of course, that drag gets away. One shot. Like I said, this was just ugly. If I had gone to the that left room, I'd have probably finished like 2 minutes sooner. But it is what it is. It is a good lesson on how to deal with overloads. Actually, no, it's not, because he warped on me. I took half a second too long. But, yeah. I mean, a good lesson in just how to, like, strafe shoot on them. So here, he actually stays, thank God, because I have 9 shots. So I know I have to get the kill here, and thank God I do. I could have thrown my grenade, too, and I would have if it came to it, but I figured I was able to get enough Ariana shots before he was going to start regenerating his health and I could get the finisher off. But yeah, so now I have no ammo. Like I said, ammo drops are just kind of messed up. And then there, so that orange bar captain, he was only like half health. I have no roaring flames yet, and I'm able to take him from half to full. So I don't know. It looks like sometimes you deal like double damage with your grenades. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But sometimes it seems like it does like no damage, and then sometimes you get like a surprise kill like there. So this boss room, we're only at 30 minutes, and I think I go to like 47 minutes. So it's a pretty slow boss room. If you watch my like warlock runs, you have some pretty good ideas of what to use for boss damage and stuff to make this go a lot quicker. Because what happens in this boss fight is the enemies are on a timer. So if you take too long to get to the next phase, see there, I lost first glance, which is very annoying, doing way less damage than I should have been. All because I got flinched off my shot by his void blast. But anyway, like I was saying, if you don't kill the ads in time, they just keep respawning. So that's kind of what happens to me in these later fights. So what you want to do is, yeah, like completely clear these waves, and then that's when you deal like all your damage. But unfortunately, like I said, our super isn't even that strong, so it's better suited for ad clear in this boss room, so you can't really use your super for big damage. I don't have Ember of Torches on, which would allow our melee to give us Radiant, but I can't remember the name of all my fragments, but if you look at them, see there again, I got flinched off, and then I lost first glance. And it made me proc the debuff later as well, so that was too bad. And then that's another thing. Sepix, like you can see we're not at the 1/3 of his health, but he already went to the next phase. So here, I'm proccing Kinetic Tremors just to save some ammo. But eventually I start like one-tapping the shields, and then I just shoot with these, like with Ariana's. So that works quite nice. But yeah, like I said, the super isn't a great boss damage super, which is unfortunate. And it is really nice for ad clear. That's why I didn't really ever use the super on boss damage, even though I guess I could have. But it's also tough because when you do pop the super, you want to get Roaring Flames ×3 going, because I think ×3 is like 70% more ability damage. But yeah. But here you can just see like the fusion grenades are putting in major work, which is really nice. Like that little cubby to the left can be a little sketchy sometimes. But I'm able to just literally toss a grenade down there, and it takes out all the enemies with ease. So here, I'm just like, whatever. I'm impatient. So yeah, this part is pretty boring. It's literally just take down their shields, take down the servitor, rinse repeat 4 times. Then we're going to get another boss damage phase, and there's going to be more enemies that spawn. And yeah, that's pretty much this boss room. This would actually be a very, very difficult boss room if you didn't have this like immunity room on the left. So thank God we have that. It's one reason why I like running this GM so much, is because a lot of times the boss room is like the hardest part of a GM. I'd say pretty much all of them. And in GMs, it's really annoying when you die like 30, 40 minutes into a run to some BS in the boss room. So again, that's why I had so much content up this week, because I just love Devil's Lair. It's really good for showing off fun builds like this. I thought those shanks kind of went behind cover, but no, they drifted even further over, so I totally wasted my nade there. But we can use Bomber. I had Grenade Kickstart. So yeah. So now these orange bars are up here. So now we're going to go in with our super. Get a quick roaring stack. I thought there was more ads to the left, that's why I went that way. But yeah, especially with that ignition. Here, I probably retreated a little too soon. I should have got one more throw on the orange bar captain back there. You can see him ticking. Again, a drag gets away with like 1 damage. And here it's so annoying. Waste my grenade. He pops behind cover, so I'm just like, whatever. Let's just do boss damage. Like I said, the AI in this game, sometimes it's just gonna do annoying stuff. which really just makes the fight last longer. There, I heard a marauder, and then finally I seen it. They will rush into this room from time to time. They don't often. You have to kind of like bait them to run to you. But it is one thing to be wary of, that they can rush up on you. I think one does in this run. And that's another thing that's kind of annoying in certain boss fights, is that there, I get flinched off his crit again. So annoying. So yeah, he comes in, just quick nade. They don't always move in the same way either. Like this boss, he'll rotate to different areas, so it can be unpredictable. I really hated that with the Mars Battleground Europa boss. It does that too, that Shrieker just goes to different areas. So like what makes GMs become easier is learning the enemy patterns, learning the enemy spawns, all that stuff. Learning the boss rotation. So if you have a boss like this that doesn't have a set rotation and is random, it just makes it a little more difficult. Like you might pop a super, or you might go underneath to like do damage, and then he's not where you think he is, and then essentially it just makes you waste time. But in a team in this GM, like you're not taking near as long as I am on this boss because he's not very tanky. So here now we get that second ad wave, and unfortunately I don't have a super to take everything down quickly. But yeah, that's what happens. I wasn't paying attention to the timer, so I don't know how long it is, maybe like 2 minutes. There, I actually get a little low health, and then yep, they're down there. So retreat, get a nice nade on them, easy ad clear. Shoot to loot's such a nice perk. I do hope that they make it so you can shoot like fire sprites and stuff. I think that would be totally awesome. So yeah, there I had roaring ×3 still, so that's why I was like, well, let's get a grenade on him while he's back there. And then I am able to proc kinetic tremors. You can see it picked up ammo for me, took out the captain, and I was like hitting his toe pretty much. So yeah, really, really nice how good it is at taking out hiding ads like that one, or just, yeah, it's just an awesome perk. I was so impressed with it. And like I said, it was one reason I actually wanted to run this Nightfall one more time, because it's fun to use those weapons that you grinded for and actually have a reason to use them. And I was like, oh, well, I need something that can pick up orbs from a distance for this build. There you could just see I got my health back because I got that grenade kill from that fragment, so that was really nice. But yeah, seeing if I can get an angle, but no. Because there, like, if you're in a safe spot, like I was there, and you have an angle on the boss, then you're not even concerned with these ads. You can just take them out. You can just take the boss out and move to the next damage phase. Not a big deal. But unfortunately, he was being dumb. Now I can't even see him. So what I should have done here probably is just pop a super and, well, proc rapid fire ranger on the boss and then pop a super, but I didn't. So yeah, that captain on the right, there, again, got flinched off him. So annoying. But yeah, that captain on the right, he doesn't usually rotate around, so I'm like, well, why not? Let's just get to the next damage phase. Which is exactly what we did. And there again, shoot to loot, coming in handy. Now I know how these servitors work, so I'm just going to pop the shield, go in with my kinetic tremors. And yeah, that's pretty good for a primary. Take it down to like half health. These overload captains, what you want to do is ideally like just get them in front of the building so that you still have cover and they're exposed. But again, I only have 100 shots and there's other ads, so that's what makes this sort of difficult. It's not a big deal if there's other ads around if you can take out the captain quickly, but this build doesn't have anything for taking captain out quickly. Machine guns are better for ad clear than they are single target damage. Ariana's Vow came out in Shadowkeep. It was our first anti-champion weapon. So yeah, we've had a lot of power creeps in Shadowkeep. So it just, yeah, it's just a relic of the past, really. It's fun to use, and it's got very good ammo economy, despite me running out of ammo once in this run. But overall, like, it is still really good. 30 shots at base. I think it's 38 with 2 solar reserves. But yeah, it's not great for taking out those captains very quickly. And the machine guns aren't the best for, like, keeping them stunned. Like Thorn or something, like something with damage over time is like super nice. Le Monarch, super nice for keeping champions stunned. So you can kind of like peek shoot, but you can not really peek shoot that well with a machine gun. So that's why I'm really prioritizing like all the ads. And then also right there, the reason I stopped shooting was I want to hold on to as much machine gun ammo as I can, because I know these overloads at the boss can be really annoying. I think it's in my Dawn Chorus run. There, I thought he was going to die, didn't. So that was really low health. I don't know if I didn't get a direct shot on him or what the deal was there, but yeah. So yeah, I was saying, I think it was in my Dawn Chorus run, I was having big difficulty with this last champion. Yeah, I don't know. Overloads are just super annoying sometimes. They just teleport weird ways. Yeah, so you want to just make sure all the ads are killed. And then, again, you got nothing that's... See there? If I could have stunned him in the doorway, that might have been good. So this is kind of messed up. I thought he would stay there, and he just didn't. I could have done a little more damage, and obviously in hindsight I should have, because now I actually just wasted my machine gun ammo. But the reason I wasn't laying into him in the first place was because I was trying to conserve a bit of ammo. That being said, this is the last champion of the entire strike, so I could have just emptied my mag on him, made sure he stayed in place, and then he would have been dead, right? Now he almost TPs on top of me, which could have killed me. Now he's TPing all over the place, and I'm wasting more ammo. So yeah, just really, really annoying. Still an ad up, so we're gonna deal with him. But so what I did in that Dawn Chorus video, we're gonna get this servitor low, because I'm just like, well, if I can't take out this captain, I might as well deal some damage. Do something, right? Always trying to be dealing some type of DPS, taking out ads or whatever. So anyway, what I did in that Dawn Chorus video is I go to the other side of the room. That surprised the hell out of me. I think there was a Dreg's grenade and the boss shot his void thing. But yeah, here's what I'm saying is, like, even overload hand cannons with payload perks, they can stun in 2 shots. This is a slow firing machine gun, so now we have another ad spawn, which is really annoying. I could have just popped a super, and maybe I should have, but yeah, at least I get lucky. So those ads came in, and now I have 142 machine gun ammo, so that was lucky at least. But yeah, sometimes you just can't help what that ads are gonna do and what the champions are gonna do. So here's where I'm like, alright, enough is enough. Let's rotate, and then we're gonna take out this. Now that I have 142 shots, it's really not a big deal at all. He's in a good spot. Procced rapid fire ranger. I'm still trying to save some ammo, but I know I don't have to be too conservative, which is nice. That's why I'm just laying on it, and that's why he's staying in one place. The reason he teleported is because I wasn't dealing enough damage to him in his place, so they move. If you're dealing constant damage to them, they won't be teleporting. But like I said, I was trying to conserve a bit of ammo, and it cost me. And the reason I didn't want to pop super is because, like, overloads, you have to take them out quickly or they'll just regen ammo. So again, it's not like a one and done super, it's a roaming super. So like I said, there's just really nothing great for like outputting big damage, which is why this boss fight is taking so long. So here again, we're gonna pop a soup, try to stay in that sunspot as best we can till we make sunspots. Then we can rotate up. So yeah, once you get the kill, you'll make a sunspot, and like I said, you can rotate and it's all good. But yeah, you want it to last as long as it can. So that was a really good super. Again, it's not horrible, especially with roaring ×3, but again, it's a little weak for Grandmasters. But yeah, as you can see, we took out here. I got a little scared because he moved toward me. That's why I kind of just chucked it and ran. But yeah, I should have just pulled out Ariana's and capped him in the head. Because those orange bar dregs can actually deal a lot of damage. They actually have like a solar shotgun. And especially before the resilience changes, they would absolutely mess you up. So I see I have tons of green on the ground, so I'm like, okay, well I might as well use it to take out these ads. So here's where I get like totally pushed. But luckily the bonk hammer is able... So here again, so here's where you can just ignore ads and deal boss DPS, because he's in a good spot. And finally, I don't miss my first glance shots, so I'm doing way more DPS, because I had the debuff, had the 30% buff on the gun. But yeah, again, grenade can't even take out a red bar in a GM. It can on certain red bars, as we've seen, but not all of them. So just as I get them killed, we have the Shanks coming in. Not a big deal, because like I said, they're super easy to deal with this build. Here, I should be doing boss DPS, not worrying about the Shanks at all. There, I clue in. Oh yeah, and we have Monochromatic Maestro on. I didn't even mention that. But if you saw my Ariana's doing a little bit more damage, that was why. Because I had just thrown out a grenade, so I have 5 seconds of 10% solar weapon damage buff. And then also, it will buff my grenades. So there is what I'm talking about. I just put the gun away. Didn't help that I was getting rushed, but I did that because I had missed my first glance shot. And yeah, so there you see, even though they're dregs, they're the orange bar dregs. So my grenade's not going to kill them. I should be just waiting for that. No, I guess. So these ads can rotate back. So if I were to go down below, they're going to shoot me down below. That's why I'm killing them now. There, I get another shoot to loot proc off the kinetic tremors. But yeah, they will rotate back sometimes, but the boss is low enough that it's like, okay, let's go do DPS. And that is it. So 46.5 minutes, not a quick run by any means. I figured I'd do another commentary because people were saying they liked the commentary, and I kind of wanted to just talk about this build. If there's interest, I can make an actual build guide for it. So yeah, let me know down in the comments if you want to see a build guide, but I think that showed it off pretty well. Anyways, if you watched, then thanks for watching. Sub if you want to see more content. Leave a like if you liked the video. Yeah, thanks for watching. Take care.